Good morning, class 10. So, today we are going to do chapter number 2, marketing and sales. So, in this chapter, today we are going to learn the meaning of marketing, objectives of marketing, and the difference between the marketing and sales. First of all, the meaning of marketing. Meaning of marketing. Meaning of marketing. Here, the meaning of marketing has been defined into, the concept of marketing has been classified into two category. So we can understand the meaning in these two category. First is our traditional concept. The traditional concept of marketing, we have traditional concept. Traditional concept, and we have another modern concept. This is first number one, traditional concept, and we have another modern concept. So, what is traditional concept? And another is modern concept. Traditional concept means old concept. This is the old concept. This is the old concept of marketing, and this is a modern concept of marketing. So, traditional means old. So, first of all, let's discuss about the traditional concept of marketing. In the traditional concept, traditional means old concept of marketing. Here, in the previous, you can bygone days, the consumers were limited in number, the producers were limited in number. There were no fashion style, the likes of the consumers are almost similar. So in that case, the producer, whatever goods they produce, that customer has to accept that goods. So in the traditional, you can say traditional concept is producing the goods by the producer producing the goods and sell the goods in the market. So in this way, the businessman, they earn the profit. So selling the goods is the primary objective of the traditional concept of marketing. So traditional concept of marketing means to produce the goods and to distribute the goods in the market to the consumers. So this is the traditional concept of marketing, that goods are produced and they are sold to the consumers, and business firm, they earn a profit. So there were not that much competitions. Whatever produces the goods, the consumer has to accept that goods. They buy that goods only. Consumers were limited in number. Businessmen were also limited in number. There were no competitions, very limited competitions, and the people, consumers' choice habits are almost similar. So not like now. So they were in traditional concept. So the likes, the taste, the habits of the consumers were almost similar. So the producer, they don't have to explore the market. They just produce the goods and sold in the market. So they earn the profit in this way. So traditional concept marketing is to sell the goods, produce the goods and sell in the market to earn the profit. This is what we see in the traditional concept of marketing. So in the modern concept of marketing now, but when we go to the modern concept of marketing is not focused on selling. The modern concept of marketing is focused on the satisfaction of the consumer. Before producing the goods, the businessman, they explore the market. They see what is going in the market, what type of consumers are there, what are the likings of the consumers, what are the habits of the consumers, what are the preferences of the consumers, what are the incomes of the consumers, what is the fashion of the market, what is the style of the market. All these are verified, research on this topic, and they accordingly they manufacture the goods in order to satisfy the consumers. So consumer satisfaction is the main aim of the modern marketing, because now in the modern this is now what happened, there were large number of producers, they are competing each other, they are in a race, they are in a race of selling the goods to the large number of the consumers. There are many producers are there producing the similar type of product, and they are in a race, they are in a competition to sell large to the consumers, to increase their sale. By any means, consumers also now here, there are diverse consumers now. Many consumers, population has increased. So the taste, the habits, the likings, the preference, the style, the fashion of the market is also diverse. People have different people have different taste. Different people have different likings. They like, some like one type of good, some like one brand, some like another brand. If you see the mobile phone also, some prefer Nokia, some prefer Samsung, some prefer Sony. So in this way, there are multiple brands are there who are selling the same type of product. There is a competition among them. People have the different choice. So people choose that product only which can satisfy their need, which can satisfy them, which can make them happy in terms of price, in terms of quality. So that product has to satisfy. So now businessmen also, they have to satisfy the consumers. Profit comes afterwards. But the primary aim of the modern concept of marketing is the satisfaction of consumers. So this is what we can see in the modern marketing. The modern marketing aims at the satisfaction of the consumers. Modern marketing, they produce the goods and sell the goods for satisfying the consumer. So this is in the modern marketing. So after this, so I think this will, so we made here traditional concept of marketing. This is old concept of marketing. Here the producers are engaged to produce the goods and sell in the market. But modern concept of marketing, the main aim of modern marketing is to satisfy the consumer. Consumer satisfaction is the main aim of the modern marketing. So here they produce the goods, and they sell the goods. Right after the production, there is a selling. No other activities. Production and sale. The producer produces the goods and sell the goods in the market. But in the modern concept, before the production, they examine the market. They survey the market. What type of goods are liked by the consumers? What are the preferences of the consumers? What are the incomes of the consumers? What are the habits of the consumers? What are the tastes of the consumers? So everything they will study about the market before producing the goods. What type of goods are liked by the consumers? They study the market, survey the market, and accordingly the goods are produced as per the taste, habits, liking of the consumers, and they sell the goods to the consumers. So and they earn a profit. So the main aim of the traditional concept is to sell the product. The main aim of the modern concept is to earn the satisfaction of the consumers. Production, here the goods are sold right after production. The goods are sold. First the market are surveyed, then they produce the goods. After analyzing the market, after surveying the market, then only goods are sold. Here the marketing starts right after production. Sale is also a marketing. Sale start right after the marketing start right after the production. But here it starts with before the goods are produced and ends when the consumer are satisfied. Here marketing ends after the goods are sold. In the traditional concept, marketing finished ends when the goods are sold. Marketing ends, marketing finished, marketing process completes when customers are satisfied. So the primary motive of the modern concept of marketing is the customer satisfaction. So now next topic is our objectives of marketing. So now our next topic is objectives of marketing. So now we have already seen in the meaning, the concept of marketing, classified into two categories. Marketing, the meaning of marketing or the concept of marketing can be explained in two. One is traditional concept, where we have seen the old concept or traditional concept focus only in the selling the product and services, but in the modern concept of marketing we have seen the satisfaction of the consumers. The ultimate aim of the modern marketing, or the main aim of the modern marketing, is to satisfy the consumers. So this we have seen in the modern marketing, but now in the objective of, now we will go to the objectives of marketing. So first objective of marketing is number one, creation of demand. Marketing aims of creation of demand. Unless and until demand is not created in the market, business enterprise, business firm cannot or unable to sell the goods in the market. Therefore, the goods should be made popular in the market. The goods should be made popular in the market, so that the demand can be created. So for creating the demand, marketing is very, very important. Like advertisement, making the goods information, giving the information about the product to the consumers, so that consumers will be aware of buying the goods. They will be informed about the quality, price, quantity, quality, every information of the goods, so that demand is created in the consumers. So marketing always aim to create the demand. So this is the first phase of selling the product. A sale is not possible when there is no demand in the market. The demand can be created only by the marketing, by giving information to the consumers regarding the goods. So demand is the first phase of selling. Demand, a business firm has to create a demand in the mind of the consumers by making the goods popular, like giving the advertisement in the newspaper, radio, internet, TV, cinema hall, postering, banners. So in this way, business firm adopt different type of marketing strategy to create the demand in the market, to make the goods popular in the market. So creation of demand is very, very important. Unless and until there is no demand created in the market, there cannot be a sale. So creation of demand is the first step of selling the product. So creation of demand. This is creation of demand. Number two is consumer satisfaction. Satisfaction of consumer. Satisfaction of consumer. Satisfaction of consumers. Modern marketing. Last topic also under the modern concept we have seen. Customer satisfaction is the primary objective of the modern marketing. Unless and until the business firm, business enterprise do not satisfy the consumers, the firm cannot sell goods. Because there is a lot of competition in the modern marketing. There are a lot of consumers in the modern marketing. Consumers have wide choice, wide varieties. Their tastes are wide. Their likings are various type of likings are there. So business firm has to satisfy the consumers to stand in the market. So, to challenge the competition, there is a lot of competition in the market. There are several firms who are selling the similar type of goods in the market. So, in order to combat the challenge, in order to stand in the market, a business firm has to satisfy the consumers. So, consumer satisfaction is by supplying the good quality goods on time, on right price, reasonable price. So, in this way, consumers are satisfied. So consumer satisfaction, business firm has to see the satisfaction of the consumer. This is the main objective of the modern marketing. By supplying the good quality goods that can satisfy the wants, willing, the desire of the consumers at the right price, at the right time, in the right place. So this is the objective of the marketing. Now we can see profitability growth. Profitability and growth. Here, every firm aims at earning the profit. The ultimate aim of the business, is earning the profit. Satisfaction of the consumer, by satisfying the consumer. The modern marketing stands here, by satisfying the consumers, modern marketing, they earn the profit. So this is, unless and until a firm do not earn the profit, only satisfying the consumer is not enough, because a firm cannot survive, a firm cannot grow, a firm cannot thrive, a firm cannot survive in the market unless and until it does not earn sufficient profit to meet its expenses and to return to the owner. Good returns to the owner. Owner also expect a return, that is profit from the business. There are a lot of expenses in the business. Those expenses can be covered only when the firm earns sufficient profit. And the firm can grow only when there is sufficient profit. So firm has to earn profit, but here the satisfaction of the consumers is also the main objective of the marketing. So here the firm earns the profit by satisfying the consumers. So marketing helps to earn the profit. How? By creating the demand. The more goods are sold, as the more goods are sold, the firm earns profit, the firm will grow. So the profitability of firm will ensure the growth of the business. So profit is a ladder. Profit is a ladder of growth. No business enterprise can grow if there is no profit. So profit helps the firm to grow. So this profit can be achieved by the marketing only. So marketing also aims at earning the profit and growth of the business enterprise. After that, we have a goodwill. Goodwill is what we mean. Goodwill is the name and fame, the reputation of the firm, the popularity. The goodwill is the popularity of the business, name and fame of the firm, the business enterprise. How much popular, how much people they like the particular business. More the business is famous, more the business has a name and fame in the market, more the business is reputed in the market, it has more earning capacity. So it's a name and fame to become a famous in the market. So every businessman wants to become a famous in the market. So this, how to become the famous, how to earn this goodwill, how to become the famous. This goodwill can be earned, achieved by proper marketing only. Unless and until a firm do not satisfy the consumers, unless and until the firm do not earn a profit, unless and until the firm do not grow, the firm cannot, business enterprise cannot earn the goodwill. So earning the goodwill is also one of the objectives of marketing. So goodwill is the name and reputation of the firm which every business want to achieve this goodwill. Every business want to have this goodwill. So this goodwill is a earning capacity. It will increase the earning capacity of the firm because it will make the business famous, reputed in the market. So it will increase the faith of the consumer. It will earn the faith of the consumers, of the public, the society. So goodwill, this will increase the consumers, increase the demand of the product. So this will increase the profitability, it will increase the growth of the business. So more the business is popular in the market, higher the goodwill, higher is the profit of the firm, business enterprise. So this is about the goodwill. So goodwill, earning name and reputation of the firm is also one of the objectives of the modern marketing, or is the objective of marketing. So now, standard of living. Standard of living. Modern marketing supply good quality goods as per the taste, habits, preference, liking, style, fashion of the market at a reasonable price, in the right time, in the right place. So people are getting different types of goods. Whatever type of goods they want, whatever type of goods they desire, whatever goods they prefer, they are getting at a reasonable price. The business firm is supplying them at a reasonable price. So this will leads to the living standard. It will increase the living standard of the people. Many people are getting good quality goods at the right price. So the living standard of people will increase. It will also more is the business firm is increasing, in the industry, factory are increasing. People will get more and more job opportunity. The youth of the country, they will get more and more employment opportunity, job opportunity. So people are getting the jobs. They are working in the different fields of marketing. More and more people are engaged to earn the profit in the marketing field. More and more labors are required. When there is a marketing, there is an increase in the business. So more people are required in the business farm industry. So people are getting the jobs. They also start earning the profit. They can live their very standard life. So in this way, they provide job opportunities for the society. So they produce satisfying goods at a reasonable price at the right time. So they supply the goods in the right place. So this will definitely increase the living standard of the people. So this is the objective of marketing. So these are the objective of marketing: creation of demand. Demand has to, unless until the main motive of the marketing is to create the demand by advertising, by making the goods popular in the market, advertising, and publicity, satisfaction of consumer. The primary objective of business is to satisfy the consumer. Without satisfying, no business can survive, no business can thrive. So primary objective of a business enterprise is to satisfy the consumers, profitability and growth. Without profit, no business can survive. Profit will help to cover the expenses of the firm, and also it helps to increase the size of the business. Business can grow when there is a sufficient profit in the business. So also goodwill, the name and fame, reputation of the market. Every business firm wants to become famous. They want to earn good name in the business. So this can be done only by the marketing. So marketing objective is to increase the name, earn the good name in the market. So this is only goodwill can be earned only by the proper marketing. So standard of living, people are getting here good quality goods at reasonable price. So the living standard will be increased in this way. So people can get good quality goods, luxurious goods, every type of goods, whatever they want, whatever they will, whatever they set one satisfying goods they are getting. So they are leading a very comfortable life because of marketing. And also people of the society, they are getting that employment opportunity, job opportunities, so they can live their standard life. Now they can earn money. Many youth who are like artistic, like say singer, painter, they are getting a good job in the marketing, painting, singing, the music in the music also, composing the music for the company, for a theme, for advertisement. So in this way, the talented youth are also engaged in various activities of marketing. So employment is created in this way. So this is the standard of, it will increase the living standard of the people. So these are the objectives of marketing. So this today's topic, today's topic is meaning of marketing and objectives of marketing. So in the next class we'll do difference between the marketing and the sales. So this was for today. So I'll also give you the notes. Please complete the notes of meaning of marketing, traditional concept of marketing, modern concept of marketing, and the objectives of marketing. So thank you. Thank you.